Hello, and welcome to episode 99 of Margaritas with Margarita Chang, CFP Pro. I am Hope Katz Gibbs, proud producer of the show on the Incandescent Radio Network and Incandescent TV. You are going to go bonkers about today's guest. Julia Taylor Brandus is 11, and she has written a new book called Girl to Boss Advice for Four Girls from 50 of America's Most Successful Women, including Miss Margarita Chang. And she wrote this book with her very impressive father, Paul Brandus, an award winning journalist and author himself of so many cool books that we're going to have you come back on and talk about those. But right now, I'm going to throw it over to Rita to have this Q&A with you guys. Take it away.
Well, thank you so much and welcome, Paul and Julia. I'm so glad that you're here today.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having us.
Of course, so tell us about Girl to Boss, not just the book, but the project and how this came to be about. And Julia, you can go first. And of course, Dad can jump in.
Okay, so it kind of all started when it was it was lockdown and I said,
During the pandemic.
"Yeah, when can I write a book with you?" And he said, "Sure." But I didn't know if he meant it in a serious way or if he thought, but I really wanted it. And then he eventually thought of some things that I thought were pretty good too, which was this idea about 50 women across the US. So I thought that would be a good idea too. And then that's just kind of how it went on.
So originally, when I thought that she wanted to write a book with me, it was so flattering. First of all, I thought she wanted to write a book about dogs or something because we have an adorable corgi. But then I thought, look, why not aim a little bit higher? And so that's where the idea came from. So the gist of it is, we identified and interviewed 50 women all across the country who work just in a variety of industries, super successful women, much like you, Rita, since you are featured in the book, how they made it. Uh, what advice do they have for young girls? Tell us about where you went to school. Maybe since everyone has had a setback or a failure along the way, most people have. What did you learn from it? And what advice can you offer from that? So questions like that. And so 50 interviews, we really did about 55. So, and we whittled it down to 50. And now we have a book.
That's amazing. And I am so honored to be part of this important project. So, in your minds, of course, I think everybody should read the book, but who do you think should read the book? And whoever wants to go first.
Um, so I think people, I mean, girls from 8 to around 15 who want advice for when they're older, and maybe from around 15 to 20 who are thinking about when and what and what they're gonna do for college and where they're gonna go for college, so they can know what to do when they're older.
And add to that a little bit. We thought that girls reading this, again, maybe ages 8 through about 14 or 15, they're going to be entering the workforce in a couple of years. The workforce is going to be completely different in 5, 10, 15 years. I mean, just look how much it's changed in the last 5, 10, 15 years. Companies and job categories that didn't even exist just a couple of years ago. So we wanted to use sort of the metaphor or the cliche rather, skate to where the puck is going, not to where it's been. So we tried to identify women in a variety of fields who were doing sort of very futuristic things. Artificial intelligence obviously is one big category, and we have a couple of women represented in that field. So that's sort of why we did it and the approach we used to identify these 50 women.
No, thank you for that. And I know you have some interesting data about women in the workforce. Was this one of the motivations behind the book? And each one of you can explain.
Well, basically, we this is really the one part of the book that I probably did the most on, and Julie did most of the rest. I think that in general we need more women in Congress, more women in state houses around the country, more women in C-suites, more women raising capital, starting companies, taking chances, reaping the rewards, all of that. And there's just tons and tons of data to show that women, unfortunately, are half the country, but they're very much underrepresented in a lot of these areas. So that's sort of, I explained that to Julia. I want not just my daughter, but young girls everywhere to understand that the world is their oyster and they can do all of these things that men have been doing for such a long time. It's time for women to step up and do more and be more represented in a lot of these areas.
which is so beautiful. And I so agree. You're working with a charity. So, Julia, can you tell us more about the charity you have selected?
So first of all, I was born at a Nova, right?
Mhm.
So, and I thought, why not give the proceeds to charity? Because if I were to be in need, I would want help from other people. So I thought, why not help other people who are in need? That might be sick with cancer or just some other disease or sickness that they might have.
So it's really important to note. I'm so glad you brought that up, Rita. We're donating 100% of net profits from the first printing to that hospital. Just so important. And one of the other lessons that we wanted to convey in this book, by the way, is the importance of giving, paying it forward, helping others who are less fortunate. So that's one reason why we're doing it. And we also have, to that end, we have, and Julia tell us about this. We have a big philanthropist in the book too, who talks about the importance of giving. Who is that? Tell them.
Cynthia Germanata, she's she's Lady Gaga's mother. Her name is Cynthia, and she does a lot of work for mental health, and she helps a lot of people with that. Can help explain.
Yeah. So Cynthia, obviously, with the help of her world famous musician, singer, actor, dancer daughter, set this philanthropy up. And we met her at an event a couple of months ago and explained to her what we were doing. And she said, "Oh my gosh, I have to be in this book. I'd be happy to be profiled." So she's in it too. So Cynthia Germanata.
That's amazing. Even more reason everybody to read this book. Um, so how can girls, moms and dads, grandmas and grandpa, members of our community learn more about this incredible project and purchase the book when it becomes available?
Well, when does it come out?
So it comes out September 5th. It will be posted on different platforms about it, and they could probably click on a link about it, and they can get a lot of information about it and order the book if they would like to read it.
So it's on Amazon now. The pre-sales, we're very blessed that the pre-sales have been really good. It's of course available on every similar book platform. It's going to be in Barnes and Noble and other bookstores. And we're also happy to announce that if you're going to be passing through any major U.S. airport in September, a bookstore chain at 46 airports across the country is going to be doing, running a video on the book too. So if you're passing through Dulles or LAX or any place like that, hopefully you can go into one of those airport bookstores and see a little video that we're going to unveil in the near future. So that's pretty cool too.
That is super cool. And we would be remiss if we did not bring attention to the poster in the back, Girl to Boss. And can we see your t-shirt?
Sure. How about that?
Yes,
Wow.
fantastic. So, Hope, now back to you.
Thank you so much. Wow, this is so cool. I'm so impressed and proud of you, Julia, if I can say as a mom myself. And Paul, tell us a little bit about your remarkable body of work well, your last couple of books and what you do at the White House and all that.
Well, I've been really lucky to have the chance to do a couple of other things. I mean, I've worked all over the world and Moscow for many years and network television for many years. I've been at the White House now for many years. And so out of all of that has sprung a series of books: White House history, presidents, U.S. military history, biography of Jacqueline Kennedy that came out. That's done pretty well. And I think the most recent one is the Kennedy assassination, which 60th anniversary of that is later this year. So fresh look at that. And it's based on these 50,000 CIA and FBI documents that have come out in recent years. We looked at all of that and kind of updated the story based on what we learned from that.
Wow, that is amazing. So I have just one more question for Julia. What was it like to work with your dad?
It felt really good because it was definitely a harder process, but then I think when it all kind of tied together, it was really meaningful because he helped a lot, and I definitely couldn't have done it without him because he does a lot of that stuff and he's really good at it. But I think it was really nice to work with him.
Excellent. Well, we're going to have to keep coming back and seeing how the book is doing and how you are growing up and with this, this amazing opportunity to be an author at 11. So proud of you. In fact, you guys will be the cover story of one of my websites, Incandescent PR and Publishing Company. You will be the September stars with this video and podcast. So
Wow, thank you.
Thank you.
we thank you both for being here with us today. Rita brought this to my attention and I just couldn't wait to have you on the show.
Well, thank you so much. It's really a great honor. And Rita, good to see you. And thank you for the chance and we hope to see you soon at the beach.
Absolutely. Rehoboth rocks.
Thank you,
All
ladies.
right, y'all. Good luck with book sales. Thank you, Miss Rita, as
Thank you.
always.
Okay.
Episode 99. Stay tuned for episode 100. We have a surprise guest for you for that one. So bye to our audience and thank you very much, Paul and Julia. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being part of our Incandescent Radio and TV family. This is Hope Katz Gibbs, founder of Incandescent Incorporated, the PR and publishing company for women entrepreneurs. Our Incandescent Radio and TV shows are brought to you by our advertisers and clients. Margaritas with Margarita Cheng, CFP Pro, brings us 15 minutes of tips every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern on Facebook Live, where you'll meet experts who are helping us flex our financial muscles. Find all of the episodes at margaritacheng.com. You'll also meet intuitive psychotherapist Kara Keem, who interviews therapists and other intuitive guides from around the world. Learn more at karakeem.com. And you're going to love social justice expert Karen Hanrahan, CEO of the San Francisco-based Glide Memorial Foundation. She bridges the gap from local impact to global change on her Thought Leadership show on Incandescent Radio. Learn more about Karen at KarenHanrahan.com. You're also going to love Alina Liao, founder of the radical wellness journaling company, ZenitJournals.com. Alina asks, have you tried to journal but found it hard to keep up? Zenit makes it easier to journal for your wellness. With Zenit, you can customize your journal with prompts that speak to you. No more blank pages. Your Zenit is your personalized space to take care of yourself. Website, ZenitJournals.com. Feel it, write it, Zenit. You'll also meet amazing Tracy Schott, founder of Voices for Change. Tracy is determined to change the world and end domestic violence. Learn more at voicesforchange.net. And we are so thrilled to be publishing a book for Angela Mitchell, who is the tech expert of case management. And she's also the founder of this fabulous organization, Kids Code 2. She is determined to teach kids to code computers. Talk about teaching a kid to fish. We invite you to discover and peruse all the Incandescent Incorporated websites, the magazine For Women, By Women, About Women, incandescentwomen.com. Our health and wellness magazine is beincandescent.com, the business of mind, body, spirit, soul, and heart. Our YouTube channel is incandescent.tv, and you can learn about our PR and book publishing services at incandescent.us. If you'd like to have your own radio and video show, check us out at incandescentradio.com, where you can see what we can do for you. These podcasts are also featured on iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Our podcasts are produced by Brandy Wilsker. Our videos are produced by Nelson Benavides. Our website developer is Max Cucoy, and our incandescent illustrator and designer is Michael Glenwood Gibbs. If you'd like to learn more, please send me an email, hope@hopegibbs.com. Here is to your incredible, indelible, incandescent success. Much love and many